Leo Meridian was a man who spoke to the earth, not in a poetic, barefoot hippie way, but in the crisp, precise language of gravimetry. His office at the Global Geodynamic Institute was a cathedral of precision, dominated by a superconducting gravimeter that could detect a butterfly landing 3 miles away. It was here, on a Tuesday that tasted like static, that the world quietly began to unravel. The anomaly was a whisper at first, a 0.0000001% fluctuation in the gravitational constant, G, at the station in New Mexico. Then another, simultaneous whisper from a lab deep in the Swiss Alps. Then a chorus from everywhere. The numbers weren't just drifting, they were dancing. Leo's coffee hovered a millimeter above his desk for a full, heart-stopping second before clattering down. Panic, of course, was immediate but useless. The world's governments, in a rare moment of unified terror, convened Project Anchor. Leo was thrust into its lead science team. As the lead physicist, Dr. Aris Thorne frantically modeled the decay. It's not linear, it's sinusoidal, like a heartbeat fading. Leo had a different thought. He remembered his grandfather's stories, tales not of science, but of myth. The earth isn't just a rock, Leo, the old man would say, smoke from his pipe curling in defiance of gravity itself. It's held up by stories. While engineers designed desperate magnetic boots and stabilization fields for critical infrastructure, Leo dove into the forgotten. He ignored the official solar wind anomaly theory. He went into the archive, the dusty Department of Anomalous Folklore the Institute used as a punchline. He found the usual suspects: Atlas holding up the celestial sphere, not the Earth, the Hindu cosmology of elephants and a turtle. But then he found the echoes. A Mesopotamian tablet describing the bond of Tiamat that kept the deep sky separate from the solid earth, which had to be sung into strength. A Celtic myth of the world knot, a metaphysical tether woven from the collective memory of land and lineage. A Polynesian chant about Maui's hook, not pulling up islands, but anchoring them to the deep ocean of the sky. The myths weren't instructions. They were diagnoses. They all spoke of a conscious, living connection, a narrative anchor. And what was the modern world's narrative? Fractured, digitized, angry, rootless. We'd stopped telling the earth its own story. We'd forgotten we were characters in it. The gravity dips became events. The London float saw the Tower Bridge rise like a child's toy before settling misaligned. In Bolivia, salt flats became shimmering, temporary clouds. Pandemonium was kept at bay only by the terrifying novelty of it all. The breakthrough came from a confluence of data and delirium. Dr. Thorne's models pinpointed the source of the decay not to a location, but to a frequency, a resonance matching the Schumann resonance, the Earth's own electromagnetic heartbeat. And Leo, cross-referencing with an Aztec text about the fifth sun being sustained by sacrifice of attention, not blood, saw it. The anchor wasn't physical. It was a resonance story, and its signal was dying under the noise of global dissonance. Project Anchor's military lead, General Briggs, wanted a nuclear pulse in the core. Shock it back to life! Leo argued for a story. He was laughed out of the room. But as a gravity wave rippled through headquarters, sending them all floating in terror for 3 long minutes, he was given one shot, a mythological counterpulse. He didn't need a ritual. He needed a broadcast. Using the Global Emergency Alert System, Project Anchor didn't issue a warning. It issued an invitation. On every screen, every phone, in every language, a simple feed went live. A 24/7 stream of the Earth, from space, set to the amplified, raw, harmonic sound of the Schumann resonance. And with it, a scroll of every local myth of foundation, of anchoring, of belonging, submitted by people everywhere. The Vedas met Navajo, Emergence tales met Finnish, Kalevala met modern poems about hometown rivers. For a day, nothing. Cynicism reigned. Then, in a tiny Brazilian village, during the live-streamed annual festival of Boy Bumba, a story of a magical bull that shaped the land was performed. The local gravimeter spiked not down but towards normal. A correlation algorithm lit up. It was happening everywhere. In Ireland, people gathered at Newgrange to sing. In Japan, families planted rice with deliberate, ancient prayers. In cities, people simply gathered, told stories of their streets, their grandparents, their patch of the world. A global, conscious, collective act of remembering place. The gravity didn't snap back, it sang back. A deep, planetary hum felt in the bones as the sinusoidal decay curve slowly, achingly, began to reverse its course. The anchor was being rewoven, not by a single hero, but by 7 billion threads of narrative. Leo stood again before his gravimeter. The numbers were stabilizing. Dr. Thorne, now a believer, muttered, "We treated the symptom with a resonant mythic frequency. Who do we thank?" Leo looked at the live feed, a mosaic of 1,000 local celebrations, a billion faces looking up and down at once. "We thank the authors," he said. "All of us. We just remembered how to hold the world up together." The crisis ended not with a bang, but with a whispered story that became a roar. And the new world, forever slightly lighter than before, made a new rule. You don't just live in a place, you have to tell its story, or you might just let it float away.